Imagine looking up at the night sky, a canvas painted with billions of stars, each a sun to its own worlds. We're told the universe is teeming with potentially habitable planets, some even Earth-like. So, if life is supposedly common, where is everyone? This isn't just a stargazing thought, it's one of the most profound questions of our time, a cosmic silence that's puzzled scientists and philosophers for decades. It's called the Fermi Paradox. We're talking about the simple, mind bending fact that despite the universe's mind boggling vastness and the high probability of extraterrestrial life existing somewhere out there, we've found absolutely no definitive proof, no signs, no signals from any advanced civilization. For all we know, we might be completely alone. But what if we're not? What if the universe is full of life and we just haven't figured out why they're staying silent? The central question of the Fermi paradox isn't just are aliens real? It's if aliens are real and if the universe is so old and so big, why haven't they shown up on our doorstep yet? Think about it. Our own Milky Way galaxy alone has somewhere between 100 billion and 400 billion stars. And astronomers estimate that a significant fraction of these stars have planets, many of which could be in the Goldilocks zone, not too hot, not too cold, just right for liquid water, a key ingredient for life as we know it. If even a tiny percentage of these planets developed life, and an even smaller percentage of that life evolved into intelligent, spacefaring civilizations, then our galaxy should be swarming with them. With billions of years of cosmic history, some of these civilizations should have had ample time to develop technologies for interstellar travel, or at least send out signals we could detect. Yet crickets, complete silence. This isn't just a scientific puzzle, it's a profound existential mystery that makes us question everything we think we know about life beyond Earth. One of the most chilling answers to the Fermi paradox is called the Great Filter. This idea suggests that at some point in the evolution of life, there's an incredibly difficult, almost impossible barrier that life must overcome to become an advanced interstellar civilization. This filter could be behind us or it could still be ahead. If the Great Filter is behind us, it means that the development of complex, intelligent life is extraordinarily rare. Maybe the jump from single-celled organisms to multi-celled life was nearly impossible, or the origin of life itself is a cosmic fluke. In this scenario, we won the cosmic lottery, and humanity represents one of the few, if not the only, species to have made it this far. That would mean the universe might be teeming with nascent, simple life, like bacteria or algae, but very few ever get to build spaceships. But what if the Great Filter is ahead of us? This is where it gets truly unsettling. It means that most, if not all, advanced civilizations inevitably hit a wall, a catastrophic event that wipes them out before they can spread across the stars. This filter could be natural, like a supervolcano eruption, an asteroid impact, or a gamma ray burst sterilizing a planet. Or even more frighteningly, it could be self-inflicted. Think about humanity's current challenges: runaway climate change, the threat of nuclear war, resource depletion, or the unchecked development of dangerously powerful AI. Many believe that any sufficiently advanced civilization might reach a point where its own technological prowess becomes its undoing. If this is true, then the silence we observe isn't because no one else is out there, but because everyone who was out there destroyed themselves. And our own future might be heading towards that same invisible barrier. Let's shift gears from the apocalyptic to something a bit more humbling. What if aliens are here, or at least observing us, but they simply choose not to make contact? This is the core of the zoo hypothesis. The idea suggests that advanced alien civilizations are well aware of humanity's existence, but they've consciously decided to leave us alone, much like we might observe animals in a nature preserve or a zoo without interfering in their natural development. Why would they do this? Perhaps they have a strict prime directive, a galactic non-interference policy similar to what you might find in science fiction. They might believe that contact would irreparably alter our natural social and technological evolution, introducing advanced concepts we're not ready for or causing widespread panic and societal collapse. Maybe they're waiting for us to reach a certain level of technological or social maturity before they decide to introduce themselves. Imagine a child trying to communicate complex quantum physics to an ant. It's not out of malice, it's simply a recognition of vast developmental differences. The implications are fascinating. If the zoo hypothesis is true, then every time we've sent signals into space, every radio wave, every TV broadcast, it's just been part of their long-term study of our species. They might have monitoring stations hidden in our solar system, perhaps even on the far side of the moon, or deep within Jupiter's atmosphere, invisible to our current technology. This theory paints a picture of a universe that isn't empty, but rather a carefully managed one, where humanity is just one of many developing species under the watchful, silent gaze of a much older, wiser, and more powerful galactic community. It would mean we're not alone, but we're also not entirely free. Now let's dive into a much darker, more unsettling possibility, the dark forest theory. This concept, popularized by the Chinese science fiction author Liu Cixin, suggests that the universe is not just quiet, but terrifyingly dangerous. In this scenario, every civilization views every other civilization as a potential threat. The core principle is simple. If you broadcast your presence, you risk becoming a target. Imagine a dark, silent forest at night. You wouldn't go around shouting and making noise, would you? You'd stay silent, hide your presence because you don't know what else is out there. Any other creature in that forest, if it hears you, might be a predator, or it might perceive you as a predator. The safest option is to eliminate any potential threat before it can eliminate you. In the cosmic sense, this means that any civilization that achieves interstellar travel or powerful communication technology would immediately understand the extreme risk of revealing its existence. If another civilization detects you, they have two options: communicate or destroy. Communication carries the risk that the other civilization might be hostile and technologically superior. Destruction, however, eliminates that risk entirely. Because of the vast distances and the time it would take to respond to a threat, a preemptive strike might be the only logical, self preserving action. So, the silence of the universe under the dark forest theory isn't because life is rare, but because everyone is terrified. Every intelligent species is hiding, listening, but never transmitting, out of an ultimate fear of being targeted and wiped out by a more advanced, potentially hostile species. This theory suggests that our own efforts to send signals into space, like the Arecibo message, might be incredibly naive, even dangerous. If this is true, then our lack of contact isn't an absence of life, but a very strategic, very chilling decision by everyone out there to remain silent for their own survival. The universe becomes a vast, terrifying game of cosmic hide and seek where the stakes are existential. What if advanced civilizations aren't silent because they're hiding or observing, but because they've simply moved beyond our capacity to even comprehend or detect them? This brings us to the idea of technological singularity and transcendence. As a civilization becomes incredibly advanced, its technology might accelerate to a point where its very existence evolves beyond our physical understanding. Consider our own trajectory. We started as simple organisms, evolved into tool using humans, and are now on the verge of creating artificial intelligence that could potentially surpass human intellect. What happens when a civilization reaches a point where biological bodies are no longer necessary or even optimal? They might upload their consciousness, live as pure information within vast supercomputers, or merge into a collective digital entity. Imagine an entire civilization existing as a colossal, self aware network of energy and data, perfectly efficient, immortal, and requiring no physical planets or star systems. Such a civilization might simply have no need for messy, resource intensive interstellar travel in physical ships. Their form of existence could be entirely alien to our current comprehension. They might exist in dimensions we can't perceive, communicate through methods we don't recognize, or have evolved into a state of pure energy or abstract thought. They wouldn't be hiding, they would simply be operating on a plane of existence so far removed from ours that our senses and minds couldn't even register their presence. They could be all around us, their presence a whisper in the static, their structures woven into the fabric of spacetime, utterly undetectable by our primitive means. This theory suggests that we are looking for aliens who look and act like us, but just a bit smarter, when in reality, truly advanced civilizations might be so fundamentally different from anything we can imagine that their life no longer fits our definition. They've transcended the physical constraints we understand, becoming entities that are, for all intents and purposes, like gods in comparison to our current state. If this is true, then the silence isn't a void, but a profound testament to the ultimate evolutionary path of intelligence, one that leaves us in the dust, searching for shadows when the true beings are in plain sight, yet beyond our grasp. Finally, let's consider a much more down to earth, or rather down to space explanation. Maybe interstellar travel is just incredibly hard, even for advanced civilizations. This perspective argues that the vast distances in space, coupled with the immense resource requirements, act as a natural barrier, making widespread interstellar exploration far more challenging than we often imagine. Think about the sheer scale involved. The nearest star system to our own, Alpha Centauri, is over 4 light years away. Even traveling at the speed of light, it would take 4 years to get there. But current human technology is nowhere near that. Our fastest probes would take tens of thousands of years to reach Alpha Centauri. To travel across the entire galaxy, a journey of 100,000 light years would require unimaginable speeds and even more unimaginable timeframes. Even if a civilization developed advanced propulsion systems like warp drives or wormholes, the energy and resources needed to build and sustain such technology for widespread interstellar travel would be astronomical. It's not just about getting there, it's about sustaining a colony, terraforming planets, and overcoming the challenges of alien environments. Perhaps most civilizations, even highly advanced ones, find it more practical and resource efficient to focus on their home system, or perhaps on settling a few nearby planets, rather than embarking on a galaxy spanning empire. The idea here is that while life might be common, truly interstellar civilizations capable of colonizing vast swathes of the galaxy might be incredibly rare, not because they're self destructing or hiding, but because the universe itself has built in speed limits and resource demands that are simply too great for even the most advanced species to overcome on a grand scale. It's not an absence of will, but an absence of practical means. This suggests a universe dotted with many civilizations, each isolated within their own stellar neighborhoods, unable to bridge the cosmic chasms that separate them. It would mean that contact is rare not because they don't exist, but because getting here or anywhere far is simply too monumental a task. The Fermi Paradox forces us to confront some truly mind bending possibilities about our place in the cosmos. Is the universe a dangerous jungle where silence is survival? Is it a cosmic zoo, with us as the main attraction? Or is it a graveyard littered with the ruins of civilizations that couldn't escape their own self destruction? Each of these explanations, from the chilling great filter to the humbling zoo hypothesis, the terrifying dark forest, the transcendent evolution of advanced beings, or simply the crushing logistics of interstellar travel, offers a unique and often unsettling perspective on the ultimate question of alien life. They challenge our assumptions, force us to think beyond our human experience, and make us wonder not just about them, but about us. What do these theories tell us about humanity's future in the cosmos? Are we destined to overcome the great filter, or are we heading straight for it? Which of these theories do you find most plausible, and what does it say about humanity's future in the cosmos?